What is up, guys? Welcome back to another KC Sports Memes podcast. This is Megatron. I'm here with Tony and Marvin. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing quite well. Doing quite well.
Quite well.
Oh
I
my.
hope all you guys are doing good whenever and wherever you're listening or watching this. We've got a really good show lined up. I think I've said it pretty much every week, but I mean it every week. Really great week of sports this past week. We'll look over 6 key games from this past week. We'll do a Chiefs recap. We'll do what to look forward to for the next week. This week, just as an NFL fan, usually I do as a Chiefs fan also. And then we'll look at some end of the season predictions that we have, looking at the award races and division winners, different stuff like that. Before we get into things, I'd like to take just a quick minute to talk about a company that reached out to us, Phoenix. Great company, great group of people there. They reached out to us and gave us a promo code for you to use for 15% off their products. They have gear, they have sports equipment, they have hats, t-shirts. They've also got a bunch of supplements, protein powder, super greens, all that stuff. I personally use their products and love it. So the promo code is FNXKCSM, and that's at phoenixfit.com. So yeah, 15% off your purchase. Highly recommend that company. So jumping in to the show, 6 key games over the week. These are sometimes really hard to pick what games because there's a lot of close ones this past week. One of those being last night's game, recording this on Tuesday night. So Monday night's game, Jets, Patriots. Patriots getting the win. Cam Newton, not looking great. Still not looking great in that one. They barely got the win. This is really not the same team. Watching that Patriots team, I really don't think Cam has the same weapons. I don't think he's as good of a quarterback either as Tom Brady, obviously, but I just don't think he has the same weapons there, and I think that makes it difficult. He played a very conservative game the whole time, even on third down, just throwing it short. But he's trying to keep his job really because of them having troubles and not really getting that many wins. But I think the main focus, me and Marvin were talking about this in the group chat, the main takeaway, I think, from this game that I got anyways, is Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco was good with the Ravens, and they just didn't start him with the Jets. And I didn't know why, for a while. And they started him last night. He had, with his 50-yard touchdown pass, he passed Joe Montana and is now sitting at 20th for passing yards. He played pretty well. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The question for you guys is Joe Flacco the answer for the Jets to get their first win?
Yep, I think he is. I think if they want to win any games this year, Joe Flacco is going to be the guy to do it, not Sam Darnold.
I agree with that. Joe Flacco played, like you said, well last night. They could have won the game. It was a close game. But is he the answer? I mean, one game, I don't know if it proves that. We've seen what Flacco has done in the past with the Broncos last year. It was terrible. We'll see. It's hard to say if Joe Flacco is, you could say, the answer, or if it's just one of those games where it's like, okay, because we've seen that with bad quarterbacks. They'll play a team, they got 5 touchdowns, 400 yards, right? And so maybe that's something with Flacco. I can't really tell, but if he is the answer, perhaps that. But I don't think he is going to be the franchise quarterback. They're going to draft a quarterback in the draft.
Yeah, no, I agree. He came out firing though, and that was really good to see him. Being a backup quarterback for a while and them being a losing team and him coming out there and and he was making good throws down the field. Like it was really good to see him back. Yeah, he said close game. Patriots coming down from being down 10 in the fourth. He had to win it 30-27. It's a really good game there. Another great primetime game. I know we said that before. We'll probably keep saying it. Probably getting repetitive, but just NFL did a really good job, like without really knowing how these teams are going to do, of lining up these primetime games. Another close game.
Whoa, hold up. I don't think we finished talking about Cam Newton. You're just
No, I think we were.
I think you're just trying to brush him off.
Yeah, I like
we're
that,
done.
Marvin. Good job. I like that, Marvin. Yeah, let's talk about Newton.
Okay, yeah, he got to win.
Yeah,
Marvin,
yeah.
what were you saying about Newton?
Before this season, he promised Super Cam. I haven't seen Super Cam at all.
Got a rushing touchdown last night. Got the
big whoop-de-doo. He almost lost to the Jets. He did. They won by a field goal. The Chiefs limited the Jets to 3 field goals. The Patriots allowed 3 touchdowns? They did.
Yeah, that's true because Cam, man, couldn't stop those touchdowns from being scored.
Sorry, I got distracted. But point is, what was my point? Oh yeah, Cam Newton's trash. That was the point.
Yeah,
he was this close to losing his starting job. If they would have lost, he would not be the starter anymore.
But like I said, though, they were down by 10 in the fourth. He drove down and scored. Now, I do agree he did not, which I said that at the beginning. So, but he did not play that great of a game. I mean, yeah, maybe stat wise, he played all right, but even then, I don't think he really did. But he was way too conservative with the ball, and I really think that's why is because he's trying to keep his job.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make is he shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with.
Yeah.
Super Cam gone.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Cam Newton threw. Sorry, go ahead, Marvin.
You go ahead. I was going to trash him some more.
I was going to say Cam Newton threw, 8 games? He's thrown 2. Number 2. It's 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns through 8 games. He's not the answer for the Patriots, as we thought. Newton's a good, rusher. He's a good mobile quarterback, and he's powerful. But I don't think he's the answer for what the Patriots were looking for.
I don't think they really have a quarterback there that's the answer. Like I said, he doesn't really have the weapons there either. I'm not saying that's it. I don't think that's the only reason that he's not doing good. And if he had the weapons, that'd completely fix it. But, I don't think he really has the weapons there.
No, I agree with that. But, I don't know. He's more talk than show.
Yeah.
Is what I'm starting to see this year.
Yeah, he's not as good as he used to be.
Yeah, I said before the season started that if he didn't make any difference this year, then that was it. And he's still not making much difference. I don't think he's really been the same since he got the virus.
Yeah, and I don't really see it turning around for him with the Patriots. And I think we talked about it. Didn't we talk about it last week or the week before that if it's not with the Patriots, then with who? Because I don't really see another team that he would really go to at this point. So
there are a couple that I can think of, but if Matt Ryan loses his job, there's an option.
I can see that.
I would take him at Denver.
I can see that actually.
No, I would take him at Denver. Just to see what he can do. I mean, what are the Broncos going to do in the next 5 years? They're not taking the division, so why not try?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like you're confident in your quarterback.
He's got a lot to prove, Marvin. He's got a lot to prove.
Not talking about the Broncos this week, and we won't stay on the subject, but Drew Lock has actually been playing better than we originally said. And I think anyways. And better than Cam Newton. So
Stats
anyways,
might be good, but wins aren't there.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can move on.
Yeah, so moving on from that game, finally. We'll talk about some of the young stars coming up. Like I said, we'll look at the award races at the end. One of them that could be up after some of the games he's played is Tua. Played really good. Dolphins, Cardinals. Played really good against the Cardinals. What do you have on that one, Marvin?
Dolphins, yeah. Take two. Dolphins won. Tua threw for over 248 passing yards, had 2 passing touchdowns. Pretty good. And Murray had another good game, 283 passing yards and 3 passing touchdowns. I was not expecting that game to go the way it did. I had the Cardinals not really destroying the Dolphins, but I don't know. The Dolphins have been really surprising to me this year. I really didn't see them being this far into the season having that good a record. And even after they benched Fitzpatrick, which I know Tony doesn't like, Tua's actually showed up. Well, I mean, I didn't like it at first either, but Tua's actually he's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. So I don't know. The Dolphins and Cardinals, they went back and forth all game, and the Dolphins won their first game in Arizona since 1996.
Wow.
So that game was shocking to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, Tua.
Well, I mean, I just gotta say, just real quick, Tua is 2-0 this year. I'm not a big fan of him right now. Just what the Dolphins did to Fitzpatrick. I know it's sports. I know it's a job. I know it's professional football. But when you're winning games, and it's maybe they just want a new play. I mean, they are 2-0 with Tua, so if they can, keep on winning, I mean, okay. But I mean, he threw 93 yards his first game, and he comes out and plays pretty average the second. So
yeah, I mean, you see how he was playing though. Not even just looking at the stats, you see the throws that he was making. I mean, like I said to you earlier, Tony, that those are some Mahomes like plays. Like I saw like little hints of that throughout it. So I really think he's heating up. I think it's kind of like the same with Joe Burrow. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Joe Burrow his first few games. He's really like been heating up and being a good quarterback. I think the same is kind of with Tua. Like he's really finding his element there. And I mean, he was doing, on the run, like across his body passes and, putting it right where it needed to be at. And so I think he's definitely going to be a quarterback to watch out for. I think he's definitely going to be a rookie of the year candidate to watch out for. Like I said, we'll talk about more about that later on who we have for rookie of the year and stuff. But I think he's definitely one to watch out for.
I agree.
So.
I disagree with that. I don't think he's rookie of the year candidate, but he's good. I say good. He's played 2 games, so I mean, we'll hopefully see more to come. Next week's going to be the battle of the 2 rookies. You got Chargers Dolphins, so Chargers will win that one. But
that's debatable.
I think they do, Marvin. I think they do. Herbert has played great. He just can't win games. But I think this one.
That's why I don't think they're going to win. I think they're on a winning streak.
I'll talk about that a little bit more later too, because I have some thoughts on that. But
yeah,
no, I got Dolphins winning, but okay.
We'll see. Should be a good game though. Those, like I said, 2 young quarterbacks. Then up next, Packers 49ers. Packers winning pretty big there. We're talking about 49ers, having a good team there, even though they're, dealing with a lot of injuries, but didn't really show up too much for this one. What do you have on that one, Tony?
Well, I did watch a little bit of this game. I watched a little bit of it, and I went back into my room and things, and came back. Or I saw, was it that I saw the score? The Packers were leading big. I mean, what was it at halftime? It was 21-3. Rodgers, we thought, is he MVP candidate? Is he the man? Is he? Yes, he is. He threw for 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards. He missed 6 passes. That's pretty good. And the Packers, I think they're gonna be a team to watch out for. But with this game, they have nobody. I saw something on Instagram. It was like the 49ers are using created players that no one has ever heard of. Garoppolo, their star quarterback is out. Mullins, he played okay, throwing just a little under 300 yards, a touchdown and an interception. But, I think the Packers are going to be a team to watch out for. They did let the 49ers come back a little bit, diminish on that lead. In the fourth quarter, 49ers scored 14 points. But I think the Packers are a legit team. Devontae Adams had a monster game, 173 yards. But again, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to be a team. They stand at 6-2, and so we'll see.
Yeah, that 49ers team, they don't really catch a break either because they're playing Saints next week. And, I don't really see them winning that one. Then it's bye week. Then Rams. Rams will be an easier team. I can see them winning that one because I think Mullins, like you said, he didn't play a terrible game. He just didn't play that great. He can play, pretty good. So they're not the worst team, but definitely dealing with struggles.
We can't blame that just on their struggles. A lot of their starters are out, so
yeah,
they can't really help it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and they don't stand that bad either.
Yeah.
They're 4-5. It's not like they're 0-9. So at least they have some wins under their belt. But will they? I don't think they go to the playoffs at all. I think they have a losing season.
Yeah, I can see that. They've got kind of a difficult schedule they're dealing with considering what they're dealing with, like you said, with the loss of starters. They're one of the teams that have struggled the most with that. Even being in the division that they are, with the Seahawks and the Cardinals, I don't see them taking the division from either of those teams.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Another close game that we got, and another team that came back from being down 10 in the fourth was the Steelers. The Steelers Cowboys, a little too close of a game. Cowboys leading that, but even into halftime, Gilbert looked pretty good for being a third string quarterback. I think he fit with the team well. In 14 years, Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season. He's not had one losing season in 14 years. And that's a good Steelers team there. I know we have mixed views on that. But Roethlisberger, so he dealt with having an injury in both of his knees. Both of his knees. He does not come out of the game. He goes to finish the drive. Like, he got injured on that drive, got up, finished the drive limping, gets the touchdown, then goes to the locker room. Rudolph comes in for the final drive of the half, and then Roethlisberger comes back out and finishes the game. 306 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's one of the older quarterbacks in the league, but he still has what it takes to get it done. Yeah, like I said,
toughest quarterback I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I think so. I think Okay, Marvin says no. I'd say at least
No.
one of the best.
Yes, he is.
One of the
toughest quarterbacks. He doesn't get sacked. He gets sacked rarely, is what I've heard. He, like you said, played 2 injuries in his knees or his legs. So, dude's insane.
That's all fine and dandy, but did he play in the game with a torn ACL? No, he did not.
Who are you referring to?
Philip Rivers did that in the AFC Championship game all those years ago. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that.
No.
That's true.
Philip Rivers
you're right.
likes
Philip
to whine
Rivers is the
sometimes.
toughest. You're right.
No. I'm not saying in general.
He loves whining. He loves whining. Philip Rivers loves to cry.
When it comes to playing through injury, I think that's the most impressive I've ever seen. Actually, no. I know one even better. Not quarterback, though, but back in the 70s. I want to say his name was Jack Youngblood or something like that. Dude played in like 4 games with a broken leg. You can't top that.
That's right. I did see that. I forgot who it was, though.
But considering the circumstances of Roethlisberger and that he didn't break his legs, he still played through the injury. I was impressed. Like I said, him just limping down the field and still getting the touchdown, like it didn't faze him. And now he's not going to be able to practice this week because of COVID concerns. But I think he's still expected to start. But I think it's against the Bengals. So yeah, dealing with the knee injury is going to get that checked out this week, and then COVID concerns, but still going to start next week. So yeah,
I don't like the Steelers.
Steelers sitting at 8-0.
Are they?
I think the biggest question we need to probably answer, I don't know if we will later, but will they stay 8-0?
We talked about that last week, I think. My feelings are still the same. They will lose a game.
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit more later, but
yeah.
You think they're going 16-0?
Talk about it later.
They lose one game. They lose one game. They go 15-1.
Maybe
they're gonna have a mess up game. The Panthers did.
I'm keeping my thoughts till later.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, like I said, Gilbert looking good for the Cowboys. They're in an easy division, so if they can get something rolling there, they could still come out on top, even dealing with injuries there at the quarterback position. But yeah, Steelers win that 24-19, close game. Moving on to a not so close game. Did not see this one coming. Saints sweep the Bucs. We saw, Tom Brady in that game. He is back, man. Wait. Oh no, I'm sorry. I think I read the stats wrong. Saints win that game 38-3. Marvin, what do you have on that one?
Well, I went back and looked at our last podcast, and I saw what our predictions were. We were all wrong. So wrong. Score-wise. I predicted the Saints would win 31-28. That was wrong. Megatron predicted that the Saints would win 24-21. That was also wrong. And Tony predicted the Buccaneers would win 28-24. And no, not even close.
I think the main takeaway too is that we all expected it to be a close game. Not even that Tony had the Bucs winning, but none of us expected it to just be a blowout on either side.
No. And before the game, all the experts predicted Buccaneers were going to win. Every single one. Yeah, that game was crazy. Breeze threw 4 passing touchdowns. I was saying before the game that I think Breeze is done after this year, but that was like vintage Breeze in that game. He just went off. I was really excited to see that. And Brady, we've been saying for several weeks, is he back? We keep going back and forth. And I think this game pretty much sums it up. The debate is over. Brady is not back. You can't deny it, Tony. The dude was terrible in that game.
Marvin, it's one game. If Patrick Mahomes did that same thing and threw 3 interceptions and 200 yards, you'd be saying, "Oh, it's just one game." It's just one game. It's Tom Brady.
But Mahomes is in his 4th
Just
season.
one
Brady's
game. You'd
in
be
year,
saying,
but Brady's in year 21. So.
right? He's older. So I mean,
Yeah, that's the point.
it's
His
just
age
one
is catching
game.
up
Yes,
with
he
him.
played terrible. The Buccaneers, the Buccaneers ran for 8 yards. They couldn't do anything. Brady threw for 3 picks, and yes, the Saints looked good, but the Buccaneers, it's not like their season's done because of this game. They're 6-3.
It's done. The Saints are going to take the division. Buccaneers are going to be one and done if they make the playoffs, and it's just they need to bench Brady.
We'll see. Once playoff comes around, Tom Brady in the playoffs. There's something about Tom Brady in the playoffs. You can't deny that. And we see this with Drew Brees in the playoffs. He hasn't been doing. He doesn't. Not good. I don't want to say not good, but you look at the past couple years with Drew Brees in the playoffs. No. So if we see these two teams match up in the playoffs, Buccaneers win.
No, okay. The thing with Brady though is
he's trash.
How many games ago was the thing is how many games ago was it that he threw the ball or he threw the game away like literally because he forgot what down it was? And then it's like, okay, that was one game. Okay. He's at 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Oh, okay. But that's one game that, and so it's how many times are you going to give him that? Okay, it's one game. Like, oh no, when he's in, what is it, year 20, right?
21.
21. So like, I understand that like, yeah, quarterbacks are going to mess up. And I understand that, it's football. Like, I know I could do better. And so like, but still, like if you saw Mahomes do that, where he forgot what down it was, and then it's like, what are you doing? Okay. Like, he's fine. He'll bounce back from that. And then he goes out and throws, 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, another game. Then it's like, wait, what? Like, with any
you're not gonna like
really,
say
with any elite quarterback,
over because these two.
I don't say the season's over, but it's still like over. I still don't think he's as good as he used to be because I mean, you look at you put anybody in that spot.
Well, yeah,
Rodgers, Breeze, then you're like, oh man, like he didn't remember the down, and then a couple games later, I know I keep using those 2 illustrations, but still, like you wouldn't expect that from a younger quarterback. You shouldn't expect it from a veteran quarterback that's been playing twice or however many times longer than a lot of these guys. Yeah, I just don't think he's not as good as he used to be.
And AB didn't make him any better.
He's not as good as he used to be. He's not as good as he used to be. But I'm just going to say this: when Brady gets in the playoffs,
you have to win to get in the playoffs.
And we've seen it. He's been to the Super Bowl 9 times. They're 6-3. It's not like they're 2-7.
Not yet. Wait.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh, Marvin.
I don't do math, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to say this. Again, this is one game. It's a divisional matchup against Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks ever to play. Brady's allowed this. He's allowed this. He's the GOAT quarterback. He's the greatest of all time.
It's okay.
And I think he's allowed this. It's 2 games.
You're in denial.
It's 2 games out of 16.
You're in denial.
That's the first.
No. I'm just saying. If this happened to Patrick Mahomes, if this happened to a quarterback that you favor, you say the same thing. And it's the same thing.
Mahomes' age isn't catching up to him. He's in year 4. Brady's in year 21. Yeah,
that's right. That one. Year 21.
Yeah.
His body didn't work like Mahomes does.
He should have retired.
He is allowed that. He's allowed to have this.
He should have retired after Super Bowl 51.
I think sometimes we expect this of Brady because he's the GOAT.
You expect me bad?
When we're not used to him failing sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'm used to him. He's been bad the past 2 years.
I just have to say he's 6-3. He's 6-3. He's 6
for now. Who's he playing next? He's playing next. Seriously, look it up.
They play Carolina, LA, LA, and Kansas City. They win 2 out of those 3 games.
Oh no,
Chiefs are gonna win that one.
That's right. They'll win against the Panthers and they'll beat LA.
I don't know.
Tampa's gonna.
Panthers look good.
Oh, that's true. That's true. What did I just say? All right, they win 1 out of those next 3 games.
Yeah,
they almost lost to the Giants. Remember that? Did you leave, Tony?
No.
Almost.
You almost left.
Marvin.
Your screen just froze.
Well, anyways, actually, it's up to Tony on the final game. Steelers versus Bills.
Steelers
going to that game. Steelers. Wow, I cannot read. Seahawks versus Bills. There we go. Words. So yeah, I did not see this one coming. Man, Bills showing up. They've needed to for a while. What do you have on that one, Tony?
Yeah, again, this was unexpected, I think. This was come on, Seattle, win. I want this team to be good, but the Bills are 7-2, man. 7 wins, 7-2. Coming off, we thought those 2 losses, Bills are going down the drain, but they're actually doing quite well. Josh Allen is an MVP candidate. Now, I'm going to say this with confidence because look at this. 415 yards, 3 touchdowns, missed 7 passes. Josh Allen, don't shake your head, Marvin. You know it's true. This game.
Not even in the running.
This game Josh Allen beats Seattle, the team that we think is the NFC champions, we even say. I even predicted that Seattle was going to the Super Bowl. And yet Josh Allen comes out and beats them by 10. This was an unexpected game. Now, it's not that the Seattle Seahawks did terrible. DK Metcalf, again, had another great game, 108 yards, touchdown. That's a player to watch as well. Wilson throwing 2 touchdowns, almost 400 yards. But, again, I think the Bills just outplayed. Josh Allen outplayed the Seattle Seahawks.
I mean, that Seahawks defense, it hasn't been as good. I know I mentioned that before. It hasn't been as good as it used to be, but it's still a good defense this season. And they allowed 44 points. And yeah, it's Josh Allen though. Josh Allen puts up numbers. So
he's not an MVP candidate though.
I think he is. I think he could be an MVP candidate or offensive player. Well, no, he's not offensive player of the year. I got my offensive player of the year player. But seriously, I think MVP could be in that race. He could be in that spot. He's playing really good. So
I'll agree that he's at least in the race. I'd say he's up there, but I don't think he's completely up. He's not, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's completely up there, but
I do agree with you guys on that. Yeah. He's in the race, but he's not.
Yeah, I do agree that he's having an MVP-like season, though. That, I don't think you can say that he's not. Marvin can. But I don't say that. I say that he is having an MVP-like season, even though he won't win it, if that makes sense. He's having just a really good season, just not as good as others. So,
yeah. And again, this game was unexpected. We're seeing this throughout the season, just unexpected games. And again, this is another one of those that we thought, Seattle's going to win this game. No, not in this one. So, Josh Allen really proved himself in this game because, again, like I said before, Seattle's that team that we thought. And I'm having second thoughts. I think it's now between the Packers and the Seahawks. And Saints. Saints are even up there as well.
I'm not really having second thoughts on Seahawks personally because, Bills have been one of those teams. You've had a couple of those teams, kind of like you said, you have an unexpected games. You you have unexpected teams. I guess unexpected is not the right word. I'd say more inconsistent. Bills haven't been consistent. But when they are playing really good, when they're playing at their best, they're dominant. I'd say, they're one of the best in the AFC. But they're not always that way. They're not always playing at their best, it doesn't seem like. Because like you said, the losses that they've had, some of them they shouldn't have had really, and so yeah, I'd say I don't know. I don't really count it against the Seahawks as much as I say, because they put up 34 points. Their offense did. Kind of like we were talking about with Cam Newton or whatever. That he's not the one that allowed the Jets to score or whatever. So you can't really put it all on one person. But the offense did good in that game. But yeah, that defense just couldn't stop.
I think it was
Josh Allen. Yeah.
Josh Allen this game.
Yeah, because you look at Russell Wilson in that game, almost had 400 yards. He's at 390 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So it did have 5 sacks. So still, Bills defense did good. And then even Wilson having a rushing touchdown. So Wilson played great. But yeah, just still, yeah, still couldn't get it done, and then still couldn't keep up with Josh Allen and Bills offense. So yeah, unexpected game, but really good game there. Let's go and move from that to another unexpected game, the Chiefs game. Did not expect that to go like it did. I kind of did in a way, only because. And I was right when I saw that he was going to start McCaffrey. Once I saw McCaffrey was going to start, I got a little bit more worried about it. I still, thought we could get it done, and we did, but barely. And I saw that coming only because of McCaffrey. And yeah, he came back and showed, what his team had been missing while he had been gone. An early injury really hurt him, really hurt the team, him not being there. What are your guys' thoughts on that game?
Like the first time, like ever, I watched the whole game, watched the struggle, but I didn't worry about it because I knew we would come back and win it.
Yeah.
That's a weird feeling. I'm used to stress.
When I saw it was 17-13, when I saw it was 17-13, I was like, wow. Are the Chiefs going to lose this one? And, but, Mahomes is Mahomes, and he came back and showed everything. But, again, with Kansas City, I can't afford these close games. Can't. Sorry, can't. 2 points off a team that was 3-5.
I think the key thing to look at, though, is, too, that McCaffrey wasn't really known to, be in this game. Not that I'm aware of, anyways. And so when you don't prepare for a guy like McCaffrey, kind of what do you expect, I guess?
Or Bridgewater, too. Bridgewater played great.
He played really good. But, McCaffrey didn't do very much rushing, but you put rushing and passing together. McCaffrey had a really good game. I think it was 160, 150 yards total offense for him. So I think 2 touchdowns too. So I think that was the main threat there, the main reason why it was even a close game. Because I can't remember what our scores were last week predicting it, but I don't think we really picked it to be that close of a game.
I did. Not by 2, though.
Yeah.
Still did better than Broncos. They won by 1.
True.
The Broncos did not win this week.
Oh, talk about last week. But yeah.
Last week. Yeah, but no, I think I go back to my my statement about they can't afford these because one mistake determines the outcome of the game. I mean, seriously, one mistake, they could go down and kick a field goal. That's ball game.
Yeah,
And so
67-yard field goal that went.
Okay, but no, really, I mean,
Yeah.
Chiefs they can afford this. Can't afford
Yeah.
this. And now,
I mean, especially like, look at the offense we have too. Like, I don't think there's any reason for games to be close. I mean, you have Mahomes, best quarterback in the league, MVP candidate. Again, we'll talk about that. Yeah. Yeah.
He is an MVP candidate.
But then, you have Edwards-Helaire, Bell, Hill, Kelsey, Hardman. Like, the list goes on for that offense there. And so, we really don't have a reason for games to be close. So with the rushing and passing game. So, yeah, no, I agree. We can't afford to make those games close. I think the Raiders game woke us up a lot. But this game really should have woke us up a lot too. And like I said, I think the main reason being not being as prepared for a strong rushing game with McCaffrey. Because that's a guy that one of the best running backs in the league. One of the best offensive players in the league.
Would have been
arguably. Yeah, or I mean just like in general, like over seasons, like as a player total. Not necessarily this season since injuries and stuff, but one of the best running backs. And you don't really prepare for him because he hasn't really played this season. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see going forward how we really prepare. I mean, we've got that bye week coming up this week. So.
Also, Harrison Butker, you got to make those extra points. You have to.
Agree.
The game is 34-31 instead of 33-31. That is a difference. Those extra points do add up and they make a difference. So those should just. I know that they moved since the extra points have been moved back, extra yardage. Kickers missing left and right. The percentage has gone down, but still, these should still be a given. This should
especially when he can make ones. Like that Monday night game, wasn't it? Where
3 field goals in a row. That was 50 yards.
And I was saying then that one of the best kickers in the league. And I think he is. He has the ability to.
He's just in a slump, I think.
But the past few weeks, no. Really after that game, I noticed that he was just missing kicks, missing field goals and extra points. So something needs to happen there.
Notice he's 27 of 33 in extra points. 27. He's made 20. He's missed 5. No, sorry, 6. 6. That's too many. That's 6 points. Mm-hmm. That's 6 points.
We're lucky that he hasn't cost us a game yet. Hopefully, it doesn't come down to that.
Yeah, like I said, yet. Like it. Yeah. I mean, after bye week, we're playing Raiders, and Raiders was a tough game. I don't think it'll be as tough this time, knowing what to prepare for this time. And plus, like I said, that was our wake-up call. I think we'll go out swinging, and I can see us winning it big. We can talk about that more next week as we prepare for that week. But, we still can't let it be close. And if it is close, we can't let it be close because of field goals and extra points missed.
Yeah, you think about it, like people put down the kickers, in which kickers matter, especially since the extra points are backed up now. You got to make those. You have to make those, and because if you think about it, you want to go down, you want to march down the field, and you want to make a 45-yard field goal, no problem. You want to have that reliability with your kicker, and that's what any team wants. You want to go down the field. You want to make sure that we can. Win the game with a field goal.
Yeah,
I think he's just going through a slump. Hopefully, the bye week will straighten him out.
And that may be.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. So yeah, we'll see how it goes from here on out. I said bye week this next week. So yeah. So now on to what to look forward to over the next week. This one's going to be a lot shorter because, like I said, bye week. So first, as an NFL fan, or really only, I guess, as an NFL fan, again, one undefeated team, one winless team, close on both sides. Steelers still undefeated. Mixed feelings about that. Playing the Bengals, I think this one could be tough. Like I said, Burrow. I actually think this one could be only because Burrow is getting better. And then them struggling against Cowboys. So I don't know. We'll see. But do they stay undefeated this next week?
Yes. The reason I'm laughing is just the thought of the Steelers who are 8-0 losing to the Bengals, just because of the Bengals. You do make a good point with Burrow, though.
Yeah, but that's the only reason why I say that. Yeah.
I don't see Steelers losing. I mean, they're at home too, and so. Yeah. And you do also make a good point. They should have won a little bit more, especially with the Cowboys quarterback. I mean, they're on their third quarterback, so they should have won a little bit bigger. But this is a divisional game. They're going to play more tougher, and Steelers will take this one. They'll be 9-0.
Probably, but I'm going to root for Cincinnati. Burrow's going to throw for Burrow's going to throw for 3 touchdowns, and Big Ben's going to get 1. He's going to throw 9 interceptions, and Cincinnati's going to win 43-2.
Oh, it's kind of weird since you said Big Ben's going to throw a touchdown. Just subtract points somehow.
Pick six. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. No, I'm saying, like I said, even though I said that, I think it could be a closer game with Burrow. No, I still say Steelers stay undefeated.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And so like I said, we can talk about it now. Will they stay undefeated? My thought is, like Marvin said, he thinks they'll get a loss. I could see that. I could 100% see that. At the same time, I could also 100% see them staying undefeated. I think they have a good enough team there, offense and defense. Roethlisberger has good targets to throw to, as a pretty good running game. They've got a good defense there. I think they have the chances of going undefeated.
You know, if I start cheering for them to go. Okay.
Then what?
I'll go. I was just going to say that if I start cheering for them to go 16-0, you know they're going to lose.
Yeah, that's true. Keep rooting against them.
Yeah. I was going to say, with Ben Roethlisberger's injury and stuff like that, Mason Rudolph could start this week. And if Mason Rudolph starts, I think Cincinnati has a better chance of winning. Ben Roethlisberger is the starting quarterback this week, then Steelers win for sure. But back to your idea here, I think if they're going to lose, in which, again, I agree with Megatron in the fact of I could see it either way. I could see them losing 1. I could see them winning all of them. I think the only tough team is going to be the Bills. The Bills and possibly the Ravens. And so
I got Colts.
Didn't they already play Colts? Colts as well could be another one that could be a little bit about. They're playing fairly well as well. So, but my prediction is I think they stay 16-0.
You're wrong, but okay.
We'll see. Good team to watch though.
My bold prediction is they lose at least once.
Nah, yeah. Like I said, I could definitely see that. But yeah,
I can too. But
definitely a team to watch.
I'm still gonna root against them because I don't like them.
Good to know. You've made that very clear. And then on to the winless team, Jets. I don't know if they'll get a win this week or not. They are on bye week. So I'm still saying they're going to get a loss.
First team ever to lose in a bye week.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. Real quick, so the Steelers 8-0, obviously, first time 8-0 in their franchise. Jets first time 0-9 in their franchise.
Records.
Yeah, one not very good.
Yeah, Steelers
Still
terrible.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the Steelers one that I was talking about. Looking at the Jets' schedule, do they get a win? They have. I know we've already mentioned this, but I think it changes with Flacco. I think, anyways, Flacco played great. They do have, like I said, bye week, which I think they'll lose. Then Chargers. Chargers, I don't see them winning. Dolphins, I don't see them winning. Raiders, I don't see them winning. Seahawks, I don't see them winning. Rams, possibly.
I can see that.
Browns.
If Flacco plays.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If Flacco plays, I can see them winning. Browns, maybe. And then they play the Patriots again, which obviously we know how close that one was. I don't know. Do you guys think they'll get a win out of one or more of those games?
Well, they almost beat the Patriots. I think if they're going to win one, I still can be against the Patriots. Maybe the Rams.
I agree with that, Marvin. Marvin, I agree with that.
Thank you.
I think if they do, I think if they do win, I think it's going to be to New England, as we saw that past game last night. I think that's going to be because you'll see they have two more divisional games, two more, and that's it. I think if they have any chance of winning, it'll probably be those.
Yeah, no, I can see that for sure. All right, into the primetime games. Thursday night, Texans, Colts. What do you guys have on that one? What are your predictions and scores?
That was kind of a bit of a toss-up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that one going either way. But I'm going to pick Colts. I think they'll bounce back. Say Rivers throws 2 touchdowns, Colts win 28-17.
Colts and Titans. I think this is going to be a close, contested game. I think the Titans will take this, though, because they're at home. But yeah, I think Titans are going to win. Although, like we said, the Colts have been really good this season, but I think the Titans will take it. I mean, with Henry, with Tannehill, how they're playing,
Score?
52-3.
21-17.
We got 27-24 Titans. I think you said, Marvin, you picked Colts on that one. I can see it. I think that one will be a closer game. And like you said, it would be a toss-up. I think that too. The next one, I do not think will be a toss-up. Ravens-Patriots, Sunday night. I hate it because it should be a good game. 2 mobile quarterbacks going head-to-head. But Cam has not been on the level that he used to be on, which would be comparable to or better than Lamar Jackson. Possibly. Like I said, with how he used to play. Now, no, I don't think this game will be close. Patriots have an all right defense, but I don't think they're going to hold up against the Ravens offense. I'll go ahead and say mine since I already said I think Ravens are going to win 35-17. What do you guys have?
I got Ravens winning 41 to, I'll go 31. Ravens.
Ravens will win 35-10.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see it being a very close game. Ravens offense has shown that they can be stopped, and like I said, I think Patriots have a decent defense, but I don't think it'd be good enough. But yeah, we'll see. Then finally, Monday night, Vikings Bears. Both have been like I said. Who did I say that about? About the Bills. Both have been good, like really good when they're playing good, which I know that's redundant, and but still, when they're playing at their best, and they can be this season playing at their best, they can play really good, but they've been inconsistent. What do you guys think about this one?
I hate them both. They're both terrible.
Oh,
Vikings gonna win this one. Kirk Cousins is gonna throw 2 touchdowns. Vikings are gonna win.
Yeah, I agree with you, Martin. I think the Vikings win.
This one's not gonna be high scoring though. I don't think.
yeah, no.
I got Vikings going 21-17. I don't know. Not high scoring, but close.
Yeah.
This is going to be a close game. I think it's going to. I agree with Marvin on what he said about being a low scoring game. 17-9. Vikings win.
I'm calling Vikings 24-17. So really, we all picked Vikings on that one. I know me and Tony were talking about how we thought, that Bears team was still pretty good. I think they are still all right. Like I said, though, inconsistent.
Yeah, very inconsistent.
So yeah, I think the Vikings are too, but they also have Dalvin Cook, who is playing insane.
Yeah.
So yeah, should be a fun week to watch out for. So to wrap it up, due to some technical difficulties, we will not be doing the end of the season awards. We'll do that next week. So some big discussions there. Really looking forward to that one. Coming up in sports this next week, Missouri had an off week last week. I know they said that they were going to play Georgia last Saturday. Well, they're playing them this Saturday. Got confused looking at that. Tony, what else is coming up in sports this week?
You know what else is coming up, Megatron? I'm so excited.
What else?
This week. This is Masters Week. This is Masters Week. I believe tomorrow is the par 3 tournament on Wednesday, really? And so I love Masters Week. Masters, I get Masters and I get 2 Masters weeks in 5 months. Okay,
man,
in the span of 5 months. I love Masters Week. So those who are golf fans, you know what Masters Week means. This is the biggest golf tournament in all of golf. Please watch it. If you're not going to watch all 4 days, I'm not going to watch all 4 days. Sunday, that's the day to watch it. Record it. Go to church.
Over football, yeah.
And watch Masters over football. This does not happen every week. Seriously,
the biggest event.
Masters. Not the biggest event, but the biggest event in golf. Seriously, it's a beautiful event. Watch it. It's one of the most prestigious events of golf, and it's been around for years. I'm excited about it. I think this week, it was canceled this April due to COVID, so I think we're all excited to get the Masters back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all excited. We're all excited.
All meaning all golf fans.
Yeah. And upon Tony's request, we will talk about it next week. Sorry, he will talk about it next week. The results from that. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Marvin and Tony, for your comments. Thank you to the fans for supporting us, listening, giving your constructive criticisms, as we like to call it. You can now listen to us on YouTube, Facebook, really any streaming device for podcasts. Also, check us out on Facebook. That's where we're the most active at. That's where we have the biggest following on. But also on Instagram, we're trying to post more there. We don't always do it, so no promises there. Facebook's our main one, but But we'll try. We'll try with Instagram, so we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys. And this has been another KC Sports Memes podcast.